We want to stay away from sin. Now let's imagine that right here, this is the line, got a big bold piece of tape here. This is the line between sin and godliness, righteousness, all those sort of things. So here we got this line here. I'm going to put it down. And as we put this line down, on this side is sin, on this side is righteousness. So I'm going to keep my preaching on the righteous side, okay? I'm not going to switch it. And he says, I want you to flee the fuego of sin. But what do? We often try to see how close to sin can I get? How much can I lean over? So singles, you ask this question, how far is too far? That's the wrong question. Flee sexual immorality. Well, how much can I keep and without getting too materialistic? You flee any type of materialism. Flee any type of greed. Don't try to walk up to the line and say, well, how much Jesus do I have to have? No, run to Jesus. It's like, you remember in math, the number line, and you had the positive numbers on one side, and you had the negative numbers on the other side. There was kind of that middle ground. And if you go positive, then you're running from the negative. If you go negative, then you're running from the positive. It's like that in what he's saying here. If you'll flee sin and pursue righteousness and joy and gentleness and godliness and all these things of faithfulness, if you do that, then you're going to be running and you're going to be getting away from sin, and then put as many barriers as you can in between you and sin. Instead of fleeing the good things and running into sin or trying to get as close as we possibly could do, because at some point you might just fall over and fall into it. Let it propel you. I'll give you a couple biblical examples. David and Bathsheba. I'm just looking at her off my roof, just checking her out. And then it says in the scriptures, then he sent someone to go and get her. Well, at that point, it was done. Then he ends up killing Uriah. But Joseph with Potiphar's wife, he said, my master has withheld nothing from me except you, and I am not going that direction. And it says that he flees in Genesis 39, that he leaves, she literally grabs his cloak, he leaves his cloak, and he flees and runs from the house. Do you see the difference? One is fleeing, one is just what's over here, and then pretty soon you fall in. Don't click on that. Don't watch that. Don't see that. Find where your temptations are and flee and walk in righteousness. Pursue virtue and flee from sin. Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.